It's finally the day we're working on the Eina mini purse. This one's die number 971-2 from Maria Treto.com. So this is the mini size, and I'm going to add the Stella in 3 inches. So we're making a replica of this one. This one is the regular size. So I'm making the same exact purse, but the mini size, so you can compare and contrast the size differences. Okay, so let's get started. So this die fits the regular Sizzix Big Shot. I have the Sizzix Big Shot Pro on my table. So I'm gonna lay the die on here. I'm gonna get my faux leather sheets. I'm gonna lay that one on top. Make sure that everything is covered, which it is. I'm gonna get my Sizzix plates, lay that on top, and then we're gonna roll it through our machine. Okay, we rolled it through. It cuts everything out. So for the bow, I'm using the Stella in 3 inches, die number 206-3. You could use any bow that you want, but I'm making a replica of the bigger one, so I'm using the Stella. I'm gonna put my glitter on top. I'm gonna roll it through our machine again. And get all our pieces out. So now we can start assembling our purse. So first we're going to do is assemble our bow that's going to go onto our purse. You could choose any bow of your choice. I chose the Stella in 3 inches. So to put the Stella together, we're going to add hot glue to the middle and bring our tabs towards the center. So you do this for the big loop and then for the small loop. So this one is the bigger loop. Now let's do it for our smaller loop. Do the same thing. We're going to add hot glue to the middle and bring our tabs to the center. And here I'm just using regular hot glue because it's glitter. So here's my tail. So now let's stack them all together. I'm going to add some hot glue to the tail part here. Get our bigger loop, stick that on. And then we're going to stick our smaller loop on top. And just using hot glue since it is glitter. If this was faux leather, I would use BSI glue, but since it's all hot glue, since it's all glitter, then hot glue it is. Okay. So you could use any bow that you want because the purse does not come with a bow. It has the slits to add the bow. So I like using the Stella in 3 inches. So now that our bow is done, let's start doing our purse. So the tools you need to put the purse together is the gold screw button, the Sam screw button. I get this from Gold Tools. You're gonna need 8mm rivets, which look like this. Get this off of Amazon. Then we need our little hoop rings, which look like this, and it comes with a little screwdriver with the 2 little screws. You're gonna need these things here. And all the items I'm showing you right here, I have them listed on my Amazon storefront. You're gonna need the rivets, 8mm, which are here. You're gonna need an awl tool to make the little hole to open and closure of the purse. You're gonna need a flat tip screwdriver because you're gonna need that for this screw here to tighten this screw when you add it to the purse. You're gonna need an eyeglass chain holder. You could buy this off of Temu, off of Amazon, or AliExpress. And you're gonna need a rivet press. And I also got this linked on my Amazon storefront. And you're also gonna need to change the die setting. The die setting I use is 9mm. So that is everything you need to make the purse. So the first thing we do to assemble our purse is we're gonna get our 8mm rivets. We're gonna get the little T, I call it a T. We get our little T. We're gonna put it in this little hole right here. And then I always start from the back part. So this is the back part. I call this one the back that has the open and closure of the purse. We're gonna crisscross that one first. So you're gonna bring it this way. And then you're gonna bring the other one this way and put it into the hole. Then you're gonna get your little hat and then put your hat on. And that makes our first one. So then we're gonna continue on. And these have 3 more holes. We're gonna get our little T again. We're gonna stick it to the hole. Stick it to the second hole and then add our little hat, and we're going to continue on until we have them all done. So get another T, put it into the back hole here, then put it to the front hole here and put our little hat. And then we have one left to do on this side. We're going to put our little T to the back, put it to the front hole and get our little hat and put that one on top. So now we're looking like this. So they're not secure yet. So now we're secured onto with the rivet press. So here's a rivet press. We have our little purse here. So I like going like this and make sure it's nice and centered. When it's nice and centered, you can press it down, and that secures it to the purse. So go all the way up, make sure it's centered, press down, keep going, make sure it's centered, press down, and then for the last one, make sure it is centered, and then press down. And that secures all our rivets to the purse. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So let's pick up our purse, get our first T, put it to the hole here. I'm going to crisscross the one that's on the back. So this is the back side here, the one that has the little closure. So that one goes over first, and then this one goes over second. Then once that is done, we get our little hat again, and we put it on top. So this makes sure that we have our scallops facing the same side. So see how this one's scalloped? So we want that facing to the back, and these are already facing to the back. So to make sure your scallops are facing the back, always do the back one first and then this one second. So once we have those done, you can continue on adding our rivet to the other side. So put it on here, put it to the front, and then get our little hat, and then put on our little hat. We're going to do this 2 more times, and then we're going to press it down with our rivet press. So our little T here, put it to the back, put it to the front, and let's get our little hat again. Stick that on. This is easier with shorter nails. Let's do our last one now. Get our little T, put it to the back, put it this little hole, and get our last little hat and put that on top. So now we could secure them with our rivet press. So now we're back this way. Let's start securing them to our rivet press. So make sure it's centered and press down. So this purse can be made with rivets, or it can be made with cam snaps, whichever you prefer. But honestly, rivets are way easier than cam snaps because it's less thinking involved, because in cam snaps you have to do the innie, the outie, and then press both sides. With rivets, it's way faster, in my opinion. Okay, so they're all nice and secure, So now let's add our little closure hole. So to add the little closure hole, I like getting a cam snap. I put it in here, like I'm adding the cam snap just like this. And then I'm gonna fold over and act like I'm closing the purse. And then I'm gonna press down. And this is gonna make a little divot, so I know where to put my little hole at. So you can see here, it's right there. Can you see it? It's right on Hello Kitty's eye. Then I like getting my awl and then kind of making that little divot bigger. So I can kind of go in a circle motion, and that is where I know that my circle is going to be. Okay, once I have that done, I'm going to grab my sand button screw. I'm going to get the screw part and stick it to the hole that I just made. So here I am putting my screw into the little hole that I just made. There's the screw. Then I'm going to get the little sand button and put that one on top, and we're going to screw it in. And this is where you're going to need that flathead screwdriver. So to secure it very well, you go to the back of the purse and secure it with your screwdriver. So here I am twisting it, make sure it gets nice and secure. Okay, once it's tight, we know it's nice and secure. Yes. Okay, so that is our closure. So to close the purse, basically all you do is put it onto the little button, and that is the open and closure of the purse, just like that. Next, we're going to add the hoop rings. This is how we attach the eyeglass chain holder. So these already have the little holes. So all you're going to do is just grab your screw, stick it in here, and then grab your little hoop ring. I'm going to put that one on top. And then we're going to grab the little screwdriver it comes with. So when you buy the set off Amazon, it comes with this little tiny screwdriver. It looks like this. So then we're going to screw these on together. And then we're going to tighten it with the screwdriver. Then make sure this one's flat. Okay, so there goes one. This is where we add our first chain. Do the same thing on the next side. We're going to add our little screw to the back. And then we're going to add our little hoop ring here. And then we're going to screw it again. And then we're going to tighten our little screw on. Then we're tightening. And that is done. Okay, So now we have our 2 hoop rings to add our chain or eyeglass chain holder. But first, before we do that, we're going to add our bow. So I already have my strip cut out. So as you see here, it has 2 slits, a slit here, and the little circle. So I like going through the top slit, the one on top. I'm going to put in that little strip of glitter that I cut out through the top slit. And I like pulling it halfway through, just like this. Then I'm going to get my bow that I made, and I'm going to stick it right here. I'm not gluing it down, I'm just sticking it right there. Then we're going to go over the bow, and then we're going to stick it through the other slit right here. And then we're going to pull that through. So once we have it here, we're going to adjust our bow, and then we're going to flip it over and then tighten both sides. But make sure that this bow is nice and adjusted on the front. We tug both sides, because this little strip here is what's holding our bow together onto the purse. So once it's nice and tight, we're going to grab our scissors here, and I'm going straight to that line. So you'll see where this line's at. I'm going to lay it over, and I'm going to cut right at that line, just like that. Then we're going to grab, I'm using regular hot glue here because I have, the material I'm using is felt back, so hot glue is fine. But if you don't have felt back material, definitely use BSI glue or super glue. So now I'm pressing it over and pressing it down. Then I want to tug this again to make sure it's nice and secure. Yes, it is. We're going to go back this way, and we're doing the same thing. We're going back to that line right here, this line right here, and we're going to cut straight across right here. Cut that off. We're going to add hot glue to the tab. And then we're going to bring it towards here and then hold down for a couple seconds. And that's what secures our bow to our purse. Let's close our purse right quick. This is how we're looking so far. Look how cute. So all we gotta do is add the chain, y'all, and we're done. So this is the Eina purse from mariatreto.com. This one is the smaller version. I'm gonna grab the other purse so you guys can compare the size difference between the big Eina purse and the small Eina purse. Okay, so here she is. There's the little bow. This is how you open and close it. Here are the rivets on the side, the little hoop rings, and the chain. So this is mini Eina purse. Let me get the bigger Eina purse. And here is the bigger Eina purse. Let me guys raise you up a little bit. You guys can see the size differences. So here's the mini version and the bow, and here's the bigger version. We made it on the line, so make it even. Okay, like that. So those are the both sizes between the smaller version and the bigger version. So if you have any more questions on the Eina purse, leave them down below. But I do have a tutorial of the bigger purse, and now you have the tutorial of the smaller Eina purse. Definitely follow for more tutorials, and I'll see you guys on the next video.